Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, back with another reaction video. Today, we finna react to Everybody Hate Chris narration and cutaway moments from season 1. Without further ado, man, let's get right into it, man. The cutaways and the narration is hella funny in this show. Everybody Hates Chris is a goated black sitcom show. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
When I was 13, my mother convinced my father to move us out of the project. She always said project is just another word for experiment. In a lab, the government gives rats cheese. In the projects, the government gives people cheese. That's my mother, Rochelle. She had 100 recipes for whooping ass.
Boy, I will slap the caps off your knees. I will knock you into last night. I will slap your name out the phone book and call Ma Bell and tell her I did it.
Brooklyn Beach was a poor Italian neighborhood on the other side of town. It was just like Bed-Stuy. Take away the gangs, add the mob. Parents taught me love is never having to say, kiss my ass. Keisha was the girl next door. At 13, I didn't know a lot about sex, but I knew she had something to do with it.
Hey, Drew.
Drew?
What's up, Keisha?
You know her?
Yeah.
Drew was so cool, he got girls at 10 that I couldn't get until I was 30. Even when my mother got mad, she still made my dad's dinner.
It's on my mind.
Vegetables, potatoes, and his favorite, a big piece of chicken. I had to take 2 buses to school every day. Was the junior high school across the street really that bad? Much like rock and roll, school shootings were also invented by blacks and stolen by the white man. My first bus was the 26. I read the newspaper every single day. I learned more on the way to school than I learned at school. My next bus was the 44. I was the only black person on the bus, and nobody would sit next to me. I mean, nobody. If you think she's mad now, wait till her daughter brings home OJ. I know you think I'm crazy, but if I let him get away with that, he'd be doing it all year. Now, I couldn't beat him, but I thought maybe I could out-black him. Even though Caruso was messing with me, getting embarrassed made him even madder. So you know what's coming next.
This isn't over, nigger.
Oh, he got away with calling me nigger that day. But
Hold on a minute, player.
What?
Look, fuck you, fuck the plane you flew in on, fuck them shoes, fuck those socks with the bell on it, fuck your gay ass fairy faggot accent, fuck them cheap ass cigars, fuck your yuck mouth teeth, fuck your hairpiece, fuck your chocolate, fuck Guy Ritchie, fuck Prince William, fuck the Queen.
You what?
Oh, Lord have mercy, another coon. Damn coons. I gotta do a coon analysis and a coon screen.
It only takes a little bit of white brainwash to activate the cool chip in the average
Beg your
Negro.
pardon? I beg your pardon?
It's an evil world we live in.
You don't find that suspicious. You don't find that suspicious. You don't find that suspicious.
Don't no cracker talk in here. You ain't my friend.
But later in life, he said it at a DMX concert and almost got stomped to death.
I didn't touch her. I don't know what you're talking about.
Mr. Palmer was accused of doing something that we can't tell you about because of the network censors. The school settled the lawsuit out of court, and he's not allowed to teach anymore. If he moves to your neighborhood, you'll get a warning. You may not think messing up a pair of $40 shoes is such a big deal, but you have to realize that my father's car only cost $65. I had to get those shoes clean. My mother wasn't really mad at me. She was looking out for my father.
You see how big he is?
She didn't want him to go to work hungry, because if he goes to work hungry, then he'll be grouchy. And if he's grouchy, he might call his boss Cracker. And if he calls his boss Cracker, then we're living in the projects again. That's Sheila, Keisha's mother. My mother didn't make a lot of friends because she's what I like to call a ghetto snob.
Look at that woman out here with rollers in her hair. You have rollers. Yeah, but I'm wearing a scarf. No class.
Only when Tanya said she was telling, that meant I was getting in trouble. But I didn't care. All I wanted to do was slap the black off of Drew.
Damn.
What happened? Looks like the older brother came home, found the little brother kissing his woman, and slapped the black off him.
Is this the black?
All we could find.
So much for brotherly love.
Sheila made my dad nervous. Since there weren't a lot of men around, women on the block were always coming around when my mother wasn't home.
Did I leave my house keys? Did I leave my frying pan? Did I leave my sweater here?
You have never been here.
Can't blame a sister for trying.
Try this.
All I did was throw away a piece of trash. If a white kid had done that, he wouldn't have even noticed. But because I was black, here's what the coach saw. I tried to play basketball once, but I sucked. I sucked at every sport I tried. Baseball, football. Like a fool, I even tried bowling. At that moment, I discovered one of life's great secrets. Black guy plus basketball equals white girl. Now here's what would have happened if I wasn't on the basketball team. On the basketball team was gonna be all right, as long as I didn't have to play. I liked hanging out with Greg, but a life without daily ass whoopings does have its appeal. Another life secret: black man plus basketball equals a C+. Turns out my mother was right. Mr. Tate wasn't from Philly. He was wanted in so many states for so many crimes that when they caught him, they had to let 30 guys go.
Damn.
Since I was the only black kid at my school, I thought people stared at me all the time because they were fascinated with me. Raymond was a school principal, and the last thing I needed was for him to think I was making trouble. That kid snitched so much he made more money than the teachers. Brother Drew loved karate, and he didn't take lessons. All he had to do was see somebody do something, and then he could copy it. Today you call that a music producer.
Damn.
Breathe. Breathe.
My father
You
always
chopped him
worked
in
2
this
jobs,
long.
which made my mother so comfortable, she'd quit her job over anything.
Check, please.
And I mean anything.
Now, do I look like I have your check? All that hollering at people. I don't need this. My husband has 2 jobs. I don't need to be here right now.
My calls?
Who are you hollering at? Hold my call. Hold your own damn call. I do not need this. My man has 2 jobs.
My mother seemed to always find work when she needed, so my father didn't complain that much. That look means I know I'm wrong, but I'll be damned if I'll admit it. There's got your back guys and I'll be back guys.
Greg!
Greg was a I'm running like a bitch guy. Dr. Raymond hated his job because he didn't get paid enough. So he blew off steam by dancing the nights away with a few close friends.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo.
It was a step up from my old school. In my old school, if you did something wrong, you had to fight the principal.
Damn.
Fight me!
I ain't scared of you.
Well, bring it! Bring it!
You should have seen what happened when he tried to suspend her.
Why am I in trouble?
Hold on a minute, player.
No, I didn't. And he called me a white cracker.
Can you believe this cracker? That little
What?
means there's a smack over here if you want it. My mother could deal with a lot of things, but a child who wouldn't eat was not one of them.
You're gonna sit there until you eat that sausage.
That look means I'm still thinking about knocking you out of that chair.
Bitch got the drop on us. My back is against the wall. This is not a test. It's the real deal. Help me. Help me. Nigga. Help me.
Lies. But this one started over sausage. If I had a brick, I'd have hit him. Maybe he didn't see who threw it. Now, where were these guys when Tupac got shot? My brother got into something, he got into it. You know, he's getting Asian girls to this very day. Mother always thought anything that Tanya did wrong would eventually get her pregnant. And she ain't taking care of no babies. You just can't reason with a bully.
I don't care. Greg!
I told you, running like a bitch. I know it looks like I'm taking the high road, but all I'm doing is buying time. Remember, bullies are kinda like dogs. They usually don't chase you unless you run. Now, I'd love to sit here and tell you that we had the sort of loving family that worked out all its problems with love, compassion, and patience. That we ended every day with hugs and laughter. But here's what really happened that night.
Baby, just try it, okay?
But I don't like it.
You gonna eat the sauce. Do you hear me? Girl, do you think I'm playing with you?
It took us about an hour to get my mother off the conscious behind. But eventually, Anya gave me her sausage. And as for my mother, well, to this very day, she still ain't even big. There were hundreds of kids on my block, but only 4 fathers. There was Mr. Jenkins. He had all girls, so he was always screaming.
Hey, hey! You boys get away from my daughter.
Mr. Parris's wife cheated on him, so he was always checking to see if his kids looked like him. He was the first man in Bed-Stuy to get a DNA test. Mr. Hutchins had 2 grown sons who wouldn't move out. They're holding out like, last one dies, gets the apartment. And there's my dad, Julius. Because unemployment was so high, the dads all knew each other because they were the only men going to work in the morning. Between these 4 dads, they had 16 jobs and worked 492 hours a week.
God damn.
Bed-Stuy wasn't the best neighborhood in Brooklyn, but it wasn't quite as bad as people thought. You say Bed-Stuy, people think this.
Why don't you let me hold it down?
In case you didn't know, when a criminal says, let me hold something, that means you're never getting it back.
Let me hold your cash register.
About 10 Mikes in my neighborhood. Big Head Mike spent more time in jail than out of jail. White Mike was just a white guy who lived on the block. Family didn't have enough money to leave. Tall Mike played ball. Monster Mike just scared kids. And Mike was actually the first Mike that lived on the block. But his real name was Paul. I didn't know Fat Mike's real name. I didn't know where he lived.
Like a real
All I
nigga to
knew
me.
was I had to get my bike back, because if I didn't...
Mom, where's Chris?
Somebody stole his bike after I told him not to let anybody ride it. So I smacked him in the next week.
I told you.
He'll be back on
I
Tuesday.
started thinking to myself, man,
Only a woman can
what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
I figured maybe if I told her about my bike outside, she wouldn't kill me because of all the witnesses. It wasn't that I didn't like Halloween anymore. I just wanted to celebrate it like a teenager, which meant going to a party. You know parties, they used to be like this. But eventually they became this.
Boy, you are not
You's a
taking
freaky
this
ass
serious.
nigga!
Man, in Bed-Stuy, you could get in trouble just for pointing your finger.
Down the street, man. Right down there. Drop your weapon! You got no weapon. I got the weapon. My finger, man. It's my finger.
I'm going trick-or-treating.
Drew was only 11, and as exciting as girls were, they still couldn't beat free candy.
Live long and prosper. You like getting beat up? Do that some more.
You think a guy who got his ass kicked every day wouldn't leave his house in tights? You would think.
Dude, you are so in there.
Anytime I did anything involving a girl, Greg thought I was in there.
Chris, can I borrow a pencil?
Dude, you're so in there.
Really, nigga?
Dude, you are so in there.
Had
Really,
I known
nigga?
what I know now about teachers, I'd say that was the one time he was probably right. Lisa Patterson was the first girl that ever had pity on me. To this day, I love pity.
All right, that's it.
Man, I should have felt her ass. Brothers gotta try. Maybe next time.
Sat down for a minute.
Do you know what can happen in a minute?
I can't talk right now.
My mother would never hire someone she thought was irresponsible. But irresponsible people never tell you that they're irresponsible. Because they're irresponsible.
Right back.
At that moment, I was sure of 2 things. I wasn't gonna be fine, and she wasn't gonna be right back. We didn't know if it was his baby either. But trust me, there ain't no black man picking up a baby that ain't his.
Hey,
It Isn't it funny how irresponsible people think they can change the whole world with a piece of chicken?
You gonna watch Rocky tomorrow?
My favorite movie of all time was Rocky. A black man kicking a white guy's ass. My father always thought the movie should have been called Apollo.
All I gotta do is wait for my man Risky to get one.
That means he has to wait for his man Risky to steal one.
Oh, no. I am tired of Risky. Everything we get from him breaks down.
What are you doing?
I'm ironing.
I got your iron from Risky.
It broke.
Damn, Risky. What are you doing?
I'm making toast.
I got your toaster from Risky.
It broke.
Damn, Risky? Are you sure?
Like I told you for the 100th time, I'm pregnant. I thought you used a condom.
I did. Damn, Risky.
There are 3 places a kid doesn't want to be on a week.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
At a woman's department store. And at a laundromat on a Saturday morning. A laundromat is a place where really poor people go to wash their clothes.
You don't want that one, that's broke. Use the other.
Hey, I'm gonna use this one.
You better get out of my face, little boy.
At the laundromat, even a nice woman would smack a mother twice for an empty machine.
Please stand up.
Took me years to realize that if you want a girl to do something, you gotta tell her to do the opposite.
Here's your chicken.
And you better not bring me no dessert.
I get you what I want to get you.
Only one place that didn't work, the bedroom.
Put it on the spot.
Say what?
Let's just say my mother didn't have the best history with credit.
Put it on the card.
She bought shoes, she bought clothes, she'd buy money if they let her.
Put it on the card.
There was nothing my mother wouldn't put on a credit card.
Put this on my card.
Please, you can't pay your credit card bill with your credit card.
What about this one?
The only thing that made my mother happier than having a man with 2 jobs was getting a new couch.
Girl, did I tell you I was getting... Ooh, that is nice. But did I show you my new couch?
No amount of good news could compare to my mother getting a new couch.
It's all.
If the most important thing to my mother was buying a couch, the most important thing to my father was paying it off.
Oh, Judas, where have you been?
I just dropped time off at college. They hired Chris to replace me in my first job, and Judah replaced me on my second job. I paid off the house, the car, the light bill, and the gas. We don't owe anybody a single dime. And I'm gonna take a nap and get the hell out of here before you spend some more money.
My mother didn't care what I said to Tanya, just as long as I didn't leave her someplace by herself.
Chris, didn't I tell you not to leave your sister here by herself?
I didn't know she was going to sell the house. I feel like a 13-year-old father.
Heck, man. You're a 13-year-old father, too?
I know he doesn't look 13, but having kids will do that to you. So instead of Fruit Loops, Cheerios, or Frosted Flakes, we got...
Cereal? What is this stuff? Goats? Flakes?
Is there a prize inside?
The prize is you don't starve to death. Bring it up.
And instead of Oreos, Ginger Snaps, or Chips Ahoy, we got...
Cookie?
That's right, cookie. Not cookies, cookie. A big bag with 1 cookie in it.
Oh, Mama, can I have some cookie?
Yeah, but only 2 bites. Don't suck out all the chips like you did last time.
When it came to soap, instead of Zest, Dial, or Coast, we got...
Camay?
Do you have a problem with that? Bring it up.
My mother could save money a lot of places, but not on her ass. I wanted to work with Greg because my last science project didn't go so well.
Would you get these damn ants out of here?
James Brown stole that whole ants in my pants idea from my father. From the time he was a kid to the time he was an adult, my father loved to find money.
Mom! I found a quarter. I love you, quarter. I'm going to keep you and name you Bernard.
Dr. Collins to labor and delivery.
I found $1. That's not even my mother. My mother hated using food stamps because she was a ghetto snob. And sometimes using food stamps could be a little embarrassing.
That'll be 79 cents.
My mother would have felt better just robbing the place.
Does anybody else?
Hold it, player!
she'd pay with food stamps. That cash was supposed to last my mom a month.
Well, you know what? You gotta buy the best for your family, you know? That's what I always say. There's nothing too expensive for my family.
Daddy gonna be mad.
That look meant get with the program.
What fresh bread?
We usually got our bread from the day-old bakery, which was even cheaper when we got it from the 3-day-old shelf. That look says, if you couldn't whoop me, I'd tell. Usually, my mother would jump at going to the movies because with 3 kids, she never had time. As a matter of fact, here's the last movie she saw. All the science in the world is no match for a guy who could smack the taste out of your mouth. Caruso couldn't spell solar system, but since he could kick both our asses, that meant the universe was his.
He wants to make sure he can hear the music I'm listening to.
First rap was fun, then rap was gun. Years later, Greg played some Ice Cube, and his own father shot him. It's funny how most people only think about feeding the needy during Christmas. I'm sure there's a lot of hungry people during President's Day. My mother had amazing hearing. We couldn't do anything in our house without her hearing it.
Chris, quit throwing cotton balls all over the place. Okay. But don't take generic brands, only store brands. I do not want those people thinking we can't afford to donate food.
My mother would give away all the food we had if she thought it would prove we didn't need it.
Am I gonna get anything?
Baby, you'll be able to use up all the hot water you want.
So all I'm getting is a clean ass?
I know there's no such thing as Santa Claus.
When my mother heard Tanya say those words, it was like she wasn't her baby anymore.
So what else did you lie to me about? Are you really gonna kick me out if I get pregnant? Is it true you ain't taking care of no baby? Can I really not bring a white boy home? Does the Foreman grill really knock out the fat? Can I really get along with no money down? Are you my real mother? Mama, I won't answer.
We need to talk.
No, hold on, Mama. No. Wait.
My mother talked about beating us all the time, but the only time she ever beat us was when she said she wanted to talk. And she talked the hell out of Drew that night.
Absolutely not. I'm not gonna have them people thinking that we don't have anything to eat.
She wasn't too proud to take those olives. You think explaining Santa Claus to Tanya was hard? You should have been there for the birds and the bees.
That's nasty.
Baby, that's nice.
That's what I thought too.
Yes, I win again in your face.
Wait, you've got an Atari?
Atari was the PlayStation in 1982. We got one in 1994. We didn't get a game till 1997.
Yep. I have a little time off.
What actually happened was...
Excuse me, do you have these in a size 8? Do you see me helping somebody else? All that hollering at people. I do not need this. My man has 2 jobs. And you ain't no damn 8. Get her, 11.
Greg's house was a lot different than what I expected. I used to think all white people were rich. I thought his house would look more like this.
And the Woolagers parlayed their fortune into millions. And this fabulous estate in Brooklyn.
Wasn't me.
Because of those 2 words, Drew never got in trouble.
Who tore up my back seat?
Wasn't me.
Who left my nickel laying out here on the sidewalk?
Wasn't me.
Who spilled this oatmeal?
Wasn't me.
Would you believe those were his first words? Without me in the house to blame, Tanya actually had to act right.
Is Chris here yet?
Nope.
Hey. Is Chris home yet?
Nope.
Is Chris here yet?
Nope. The biggest difference between being in a black neighborhood and a white neighborhood is the black guys will beat you up and rob you. The white guys will just beat you up. Even though I was scared, I figured the best way to get through this was to act like I belonged. My mother had one goal in life for her kids: don't sell drugs. As long as they weren't doing that, almost everything else was okay.
Ma'am, your son shot the mayor.
Did he sell drugs?
No.
Get in here, boy.
Ma'am, your son killed the governor, kidnapped his daughter, robbed the president, and ran a red light.
He ain't sell no drugs, did he?
No, ma'am.
Boy, get here.
But nah, man. Anyway, so let's just go about do it for this one, man. I will see y'all in the next video. Till then, peace out.